Tonight on the Night Team. New safety measures in the Highlands.
He did bring some peace of mind that, we're not going to overreact, but we're also not going to underreact. You don't want to just ignore it. You do want to do something about it.
This comes 1 week after a fatal double shooting right on Baxter Avenue. We're hearing from neighbors about what their biggest concerns are. Plus, a developing story as thousands of AT&T workers are now on strike. That includes right here in Louisville, what the workers are now demanding. And later, a civil rights leader is being celebrated today.
Our pastor's still living, and with every breath that we all have, we want to tell him thank you.
Reverend Charles Elliott Jr. turns 90 today, his impact going far beyond Louisville. You're watching the WHAS11 Night Team. It's now been 1 week since a fatal shooting on Baxter Avenue in the Highlands left 2 people dead. Today, local leaders gave us a preview of some changes that will be coming to that area in the coming weeks for safety. It's our top story here on the Night Team. I'm Alex Dieterer. District 8 Councilman Ben Reno Weber met with residents of the Highlands, hearing their concerns today. The violent incident that happened just last weekend is still top of mind for many. The WHAS 11 Night Team's Alexandra Goldberg and photojournalist Aspen Hester were in Tyler Park today, speaking to neighbors and local leaders about future policy. The Highlands neighbors taking a seat at the table.
The more people get afraid, the more they stay away.
The community meeting at Tyler Park comes 1 week after a fatal double shooting took place on the 900 block of Baxter Ave.
The fact that it could happen like that so close to us is again, when it's in your backyard, you think more about it.
2 men, Monte Wade and Michael Batchelor Jr., were shot to death in the early morning of August 11th in an area known for its busy nightlife scene. Richie Williams was charged with the murder of Wade and possession of a handgun by convicted felon.
I think we've closed businesses in other areas of the city, and then some of the people now are coming to different areas, and sometimes they bring that hatred with them.
Highlands resident Greg Zarodnik has lived in Tyler Park for 20 years.
The biggest thing you can do to stop that is to have people out there that care.
Residents of the Highlands and Tyler Park met with their local council member Ben Reno Weber to discuss some of their concerns for the area. Reno Weber assured his constituents that in the next 2 weeks, he'll be rolling out some new safety provisions directly related to the nightlife scene on Bardstown Road.
This is, however, not the first time that we are hearing these issues, and we have been working really hard around how do we invest in the kinds of resources that we need to have as the premier entertainment district in this city.
Reno Weber of District 8 says he's working with the Louisville Metro Police, Alcoholic Beverage Control of Louisville, and the mayor's office.
It will be directly related to the entertainment corridor along Bardstown Road.
He confirms there has been an expansion of patrols in that area, and that will continue through September. He says to address tailgating culture, he's installed a camera in the back parking lot of the Jefferson County Traditional Middle School, and he says LMPD will start to give more nuisance tickets to tailgaters.
He did bring some peace of mind that, we're not going to overreact, but we're also not going to underreact.
In the Highlands, Alexandra Goldberg, WHAS 11 Night Team on your side. The man currently charged in connection to the double shooting appeared in court yesterday. According to court documents, Richie Williams, the man right here, was seen running from the scene with a gun by an off-duty officer. Police say Williams was also shot during the incident and was treated at Norton Hospital, where an officer identified him by the clothes he was wearing. Police are still actively investigating the death of Michael Batchelor Jr., who they say was shot around the corner on Morton at around the same time the shooting on Baxter happened. LMPD is also investigating an overnight shooting that left a young teen injured. According to police, officers responded to reports of a shooting on 1st and Burnett just after 3:30 this morning. When officers arrived, they found a man who told them he shot at a couple of juveniles that were allegedly attempting to break into a car. Police say a short time later, they found a 15-year-old nearby suffering from a gunshot wound. He was taken to the hospital where he's expected to survive. Anyone with information about either of these shootings should call the anonymous tip line. That number is 574 LMPD. The mothers of murdered sons and daughters of Kentucky hosted Walk a Mile in Our Shoes today in honor of the lives lost to violent crimes this year. The group was started after Kenneth Forbes lost his son in 2012 to gun violence. Dozens of people filled the Kentucky Center for African American Heritage today to take in performances and words of encouragement.
But this is an event that is not wanted, but needed. It is needed for our city, it is needed for our communities, and it is needed for our churches.
This is the 5th year the group has hosted an event like this. Well, things seem to be calming down now in Kentucky and after a few storms moved through our area today. Meteorologist Matt Rudkin joins us now. And Matt, can we expect any more rain tomorrow?
Hey, yeah, Alex, a few pop-up showers and thunderstorms, but the good news is thinking we are pretty much in the clear. I'm not expecting anything too major here. Max HD radar kind of showcasing that. It's pretty quiet. I've got satellite and radar imagery on here. Storms now pushing east of I-75 into eastern Kentucky, down by the Tennessee border, south of Adair County. So really for most of our Kentucky viewers, and especially Indiana, we're all done. What you see here is just ground clutter. Beautiful downtown on this Saturday evening. Thanks for staying up late with us. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s out there. A little bit warm today. We were in the 90s. It was humid. That's what helped fire up some of those showers and thunderstorms. The next couple of hours, though, through the overnight, not a lot of natural air conditioning yet. Still lots of 70s out there. However, as we get towards next week, my goodness, does the forecast look amazing. I can't wait to show you the 7-day. For now, though, I'll show you the fair forecast. How about that? Some 80s, sunshine, low humidity. We'll have to get through a few thunderstorms tomorrow. I'll talk about that. And again, can't advertise this enough. One of the nicest weeks for summer 2024. It's coming your way in your forecast in about 10 minutes.
Thank you, Matt. Right now, 17,000 AT&T workers are on strike. They say this is because the company refuses to bargain in good faith. Some of the employees on strike are right here in Kentucky. The Communications Workers of America has filed an unfair labor practice charge against AT&T. It claims the company engaged in surface bargaining and not sending authoritative representatives to the bargaining table. The strike includes all AT&T technicians, customer service representatives, and others in many southern states. We did reach out to AT&T for comment and have not yet heard back. Louisville State Representative Daniel Grossberg has responded to a confidential ethics complaint filed against him. Through his lawyer, Grossberg pushed back against claims he acted inappropriately toward women and used his office for personal gain. In a letter released yesterday, Grossberg's attorney argued text messages Grossberg sent do not constitute as sexual harassment, and that these text messages were not included in the confidential complaint filed by House Democratic leaders. His attorney also maintains he was not involved in the harassment of another lawmaker, instead referring them to a private investigator for help. Grossberg has been temporarily suspended while a formal investigation plays out. As Democrats prepare for their national convention, which kicks off on Monday in Chicago, both the Harris and the Trump campaigns are focusing their attention this weekend on the key battleground state of Pennsylvania. ABC's Derek Dennis has the latest on the race for the White House.
Former President Donald Trump traveled to Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania on Saturday for his latest campaign rally, immediately attacking his Democratic opponent.
Most radical left person ever to run for office. This is not what this country needs. We've had enough of them.
Though some of his supporters wish he would focus less on personal attacks.
Let's talk about, the facts of what's going on in the country.
In her first major policy speech on Friday, Vice President Kamala Harris laid out her ambitious economic agenda.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
But the Trump campaign out with a new ad attacking Harris on Bidenomics.
And we are very proud of Bidenomics.
Harris will kick off a bus tour on Sunday in Pittsburgh, along with her running mate, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz, who made a stop Saturday in Nebraska, the state where he grew up and went to college.
Look, in Nebraska, you got a slogan here. Nebraska, it's not for everyone. Well, it sure ain't for Donald Trump, I'll tell you that.
Harris and Walz are enjoying some strong momentum in crucial swing states ahead of the Democratic National Convention, which begins Monday. In Arizona, Vice President Harris leading former President Trump among likely voters 50 to 45. a stunning 15-point rise from when Biden topped the ticket. And in Nevada, Harris 1 point behind Trump compared to Biden's 14-point deficit in May. President Biden will give a primetime speech Monday night at the convention, formally turning over the event and the Democratic Party to his vice president. Derek Dennis, ABC News, New York.
And we will be in Chicago for the Democratic National Convention. Governor Beshear, Mayor Craig Greenberg, and Congressman Morgan McGarvey will all travel to Chicago for the Democratic National Convention. Senior reporter Isaiah Kim Martinez and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton will also have coverage from the convention that starts tomorrow. Despite heading to Chicago for the DNC, Beshear says he does not want a job in the nation's capital. Kentucky's governor was on the short list to be running mate for Vice President Kamala Harris. In the past, presidents have used their short list of vice president candidates to pick some cabinet members. During his Team Kentucky update, Beshear told reporters he does not intend on accepting any position in Washington, D.C.
I hope I did us proud. That was my goal the whole time, to make sure people were looking up to Kentucky, not down at us like they've done for far too long. And I don't remember a time when a Kentuckian was going through this process. So it was just pretty neat to see Kentucky written with all of those other states. With that said, I don't intend to accept any position in Washington, D.C. This is where I'm supposed to be.
Beshear went on to say he's excited to finish out his term as governor. Former U.S. Representative George Santos plans to plead guilty to fraud charges, sources tell the Associated Press. Santos, a Republican from New York, is expected to enter the plea at a hearing Monday on Long Island. The news comes just weeks before jury selection was set to begin in the federal fraud trial against Santos. He had previously pleaded not guilty to a range of financial crimes, including lying to Congress about his wealth, collecting unemployment benefits while actually working, and using campaign contributions to pay for personal expenses. The New York congressman was expelled from Congress in December after an ethics investigation found overwhelming evidence he had broken the law and exploited his public position for profit.